Hey guys, Nightfox here, and welcome back to another one of my first impression videos for the fall 2016 anime season. And the show I'll be talking about in this episode is going to be Magical Girl Raising Project. So this is an anime being done by Studio Lerche, who's done shows such as Assassination Classroom, School Live, and Monster Musume. So I'm going to give you guys a quick synopsis before I tell you what I'm thinking about the show so far. Alright, so the show opens up in a very dark fashion. It opens up, the first scene is this dark room, and we see these arms and legs, which I'm assuming are attached to dead bodies, like sprawled across this room. There's blood everywhere, and there's a singular figure in the middle of the room, surrounded by all these dead bodies. And then it cuts to present day, or it cuts, I guess, just to our main character probably beforehand. I'm assuming it's this like a time backwards thing. We meet our main character, Koyuki Himekawa. She's a high school girl who's really in love with magical girls, how they're for justice and they're for good and they help people. And so she's been playing this new mobile game, which I believe is also called Magical Girl Raising Project. And there's rumor going around about this game that if you play this game, there's a chance that you'll be selected to become a real magical girl. And so what happens is she does get picked to be a real magical girl. She meets Fav, who is like the contract maker who makes her into a magical girl. And then she starts doing good deeds as a magical girl. She gets magical candies, which I guess is like a currency or a kind of thing they use to rank the magical girls. And then so she goes meeting the new magical girls. And then Fav says, there's too many magical girls. We have 16. We need to cut down to 8. So whoever gets the least amount of candies every week will be cut. And so from there, the competition starts, and it ends up a lot darker than I think the girls ever intended it to be, based off of the first scene. So that's the brief synopsis. So let's get into my thoughts for this show. Alright, so far I'm really enjoying the show. I think it's done a pretty good job so far in the first 3 episodes of really quickly giving us the world, what's like a little bit of background of the world, and setting up a good plot for moving the show forward. So I'm really enjoying how they set up the plot so far. Another thing I'm really enjoying is the magical girl designs, because as you know, if there's magical girls, there's going to be transformations. And I think because there are 16 different magical girls, there's a really wide array of different magical girls. And I'm not 100% sure, but I don't even think we've met all 16 yet. I think we've met a fair bit, but I don't think we've met all 16, so there's probably still more to come that we haven't seen yet. But yeah, I think the character designs are a major plus to this show. I think it's a very good strong point. Another reason I'm really enjoying this show is I personally love the deconstruction of magical girl shows. I really like how you take something as sweet and nice as magical girls and really turn it on its head into something that you would never normally expect coming into a magical girl show. I'm really enjoying how they're doing that and just putting a different spin on the whole magical girl genre. One thing I'm not 100% sure on is one of the magical girls that we meet pretty early on is actually a friend of our main characters from when she was a young child. The only thing is he was a guy. So her childhood friend who was a guy can transform into a magical girl, and he looks like a girl very much so. So you wouldn't know that he's a guy just by looking at it, but I don't know if there's some more backstory in there that we need to uncover before we figure out a little bit more about him, or if we're just supposed to accept that fact. Not sure yet. Not a big thing, but just a little thing that kind of makes me take a second look at it. So based off that first scene I was talking about before, how it seems like it's going to get into like a little bit of a death match kind of scenario where I'm assuming they're going to start attacking each other to try to eliminate each other. I'm not quite sure how the combat scenes work out, because there are some magical girls that do have battle abilities, I will say. For like example, one has a sword, another one has shuriken that she can throw. But many other magical girls doesn't seem like they have very combat friendly abilities. Like for example, our main character, her magical girl goes by the name Snow White. That's what she calls herself when she's in her magical girl transformation. Her power is she can hear when other people are in trouble. So I don't really know how that's going to be applicable to a fight. I'll be interested to see how they progress and if it really is a deathmatch kind of show where they fight each other to survive. But I'll be really interested to see what they do with it. But I think the ride a range of abilities. Maybe alliances will be formed between maybe some that have more combat skills and some that don't. I don't know. But I'm excited to see where they take it and how they work the combat sequences into the show. And lastly, I'm not quite sure we have all the rules for this game so far because the mascot guy, the guy that made the contracts for Magical Girls, Fav, he doesn't seem to be telling the truth the whole time. He seems to be a little bit shady. He doesn't say like the repercussions of what happens if you stop being a Magical Girl, what happens then. He kind of just didn't talk about it, so I'm not sure if he's giving us all the details of the Magical Girl or not. I'll be interested to see if there are some more twists and revelations that we learn about the Magical Girl contracts they have made as we move along the show. But I'm very excited with where this show's going, and I'm really excited to watch more of the show. So if you agreed or disagreed with anything I said in this video, feel free to leave a comment down below. If you're curious as to where I rank this show with all the other shows I'm watching for this fall season, feel free to check out my weekly power rankings show that I'll be releasing every Sunday as the season progresses, ranking the shows based on how I feel about them every week. And I'm going to be releasing more first impression videos for all the shows I'm watching this season. So if you want to be notified when those videos come out, make sure to hit the subscribe button so you'll know when those come out. So until then, I'll see you guys later.